Peace, family, peace, peace, peace. So I was going through, like putting my books back up in my closet, and I was cleaning off my dresser pretty much, and I had came across this page that fell out the prosperity book, and it says, "Do not dwell on negative things, but replace them, supplant them with the right constructive things. The law of mine is that you only get rid of one door by substituting another. If a carpenter drives a nail into a wooden wall or into a beam, there it is. Now, if he takes a second nail and drives it against the first is driven out and falls on the floor, and the second one takes the place of the first one. That is what happens in the mind when you substitute one image for another. For everything in life, there has to be a mental equivalent. If you will start in this very day and refuse to think of your mistakes, and of course, that includes the mistakes of other people. If you will cease to think of mistakes and hold the right concepts instead, cease to think fear and think of divine love instead. Cease to think lack and think prosperity in the presence of God's abundance instead. And then if you will think as clearly as possible and get interested, you will be building a mental equivalent of happiness and prosperity. If your door is very vague, you do not build a mental equivalent. If your door is lacking in interest, you do not build a mental equivalent. So make your thoughts as clear, as definite as possible. Never strain. As soon as you start straining, taking the clenching, the first attitude saying, I'm going to get what I want. I'm going to get it if it kills me. All mental building stops. We have all been told to relax. I have seen people tense up as soon as they were told to relax. They were going to relax if it killed them. And of course, they missed the whole point. Get the door of what you want as clear as you can. Be definite, but not too specific. If you live in an apartment and say, I want a house in the country or in the suburbs, and I want it to have a porch and a large yard with trees, flowers, that is all right. But do not say, I must have a certain house, the one at 257 9th Street or 21st, 21 5th Street. Suppose you go shopping. Well, you should know what you are shopping for. You should have some definite idea. If you say, I want something, I don't know what, I will leave it to God. If you say, I want a business, it may be a farm or a shop. I will leave it to divine mind. You are foolish. What are you here for? You must have some desires and wishes because you represent God here. So you must say, yes, I want a shop, and I know the kind of shop I want. I know a woman who demonstrated a hat shop. She had no capital, but she wanted to go into business. She wanted a hat shop. She loves to make hats. She has a natural flair for it. She can make hats that look well on the homiest people. And this is the art of millennia, isn't it? I think that's the word. She was a good businesswoman, so she built the mental equivalent of a hat shop. She did not say, I must be in a certain block on a certain street. She did not say, I'm going to get a hat shop if it kills me, or I'm going to get a hat shop and I want Jane Smith's hat shop. She built a definite mental equivalent, and that is the right way. If you say, I want a strong, healthy body and build up a mental equivalent for it, right way. If you say, I want a strong, healthy body and build up a mental equivalent for it by constantly thinking of your body as perfect, that is fine. Do not think of details very much. Do not say, first of all, I'm going to get my teeth fixed up with right thought, and I'll let my bald head wait, or maybe I should get my bald head fixed up first because my teeth can wait. It is the details that are wrong. The evil of outlining. Shoot. Child, hold on. Come on, Paige. Lies and going into small details and then saying, I want it in my time and in my way. So, everything is about divine timing. Okay? You have to have the picture of what you desire. That's why I always tell you guys, like, I always write my goals down. But you can't be so detailed, like the book is saying pretty much, like, oh, I want something that belongs to someone else. That's not how it works. The universe is never going to give you something that belongs to someone else. Okay. Also, you know, I hear certain people say don't put a time on it. Like I heard about Proctor say put a time on, you know, your goals and stuff like that. Then you hear other successful people say don't put a time line on your goals and stuff. I always say you have to do what works for you. If you see that by you putting a timeline on your goals is creating frustration or, you know, anxiety or something, then you have to ask yourself, like, do you want to keep on, you know, focusing on the timeline? Just understand things don't happen the way they need to happen. Long as you do your part and put out exactly what it is that you desire for yourself and keep that mental picture of it, everything is going to be fine.